Well, I mean, when people say reboot, it's like, oh, you're going to go back to the old. Well, that's not what the show is. It's you're looking at the future. You're looking at where these characters are. And what I loved about the show, and I told Soleil this, I'm going to tell you the same thing because I think you need to hear it because why not? We're here, right? Is that it's real, it's authentic, it reflects the current world we're living in. It's about a broken family. It's about gender representation. It's about LGBTQ, right? It's about everything. It covers it all. It's a very relatable show for little kids, for kids that are in high school, 15, 16-year-olds. And it's a nice family watch. I thought it was lovely.
Thank you so much, Dewey. That means a lot to me. That means we're going to make you guys proud. And that's really what Soleil and I want to do. We felt that it was important that the show kept the heart of the original, where we were able to tackle those tough topics and start conversations.
Well, I think you're going to do that. I mean, there's a couple of episodes that really stood out to me, and I don't want to get too far because, spoilers, etc. But I guess the way I'm going to get around it is this. Did you have any input in the writing process, or did you give any pointers to the team about where you wanted the show to kind of go?
The team had their own vision, but what they did do is they came to Soleil and I, and they talked about storylines with us, and they wanted to know, how did we feel about this, or how did we feel about that, and how could we tackle it authentically with the original characters' hearts? Like, fast forward Cherie 30 years from now, what would she say at this point in her life? And I think it was awesome to be a part of that process, because so many people would just hand you a script and say, do it. Not them. They really are a family. And we came together and we were able to keep the heart of the original show, but with evolution.
That's another good way to put it, evolution. And what about your character? You're strong, you're authentic, you're in a great relationship with a loving girlfriend on the show. And I think that's important. And what I loved about the way the show is structured is that it wasn't a big deal. It was just kind of, whatevs. This is how it is. And that's, again, another feather in the show's cap, because you guys are reflective of what's going on in the real world. And as an actor coming into this, going back to where you were, are these the things that you needed to see done in order to sign on?
Yes, absolutely. We needed the show to be real. We needed the show to feel authentic. And I love the fact that when the producers and the directors and writers came to me with the idea of Cherie being, having a girlfriend, they wanted to know how I felt about it. And for me, representation really matters. And I'm so glad that they didn't make her come out, because that's so corny. I don't think that there was ever a time when Cherie wasn't discovering something about herself that Punky didn't already know. And come on, you can't put me in no closet unless it's like Mariah Carey's closet, so.
Keep talking. I love it. I love it. And I'm sure that closet would be amazing.
Right? I'm trying to get up in there, Mariah. Just throwing it out there. If you ever want to give a tour and let me in, like I'm, MTV, I'm for it. But, bringing Lauren onto the show. Well, her character's name is Lauren, but her name is Jessica Nicole. It was important for me growing up hearing that for so many young men, oh, you were my first crush. That was like everything, to hear. And then so I was like, okay, so you guys have to do me a favor. They were like, what? I was like, I need a baddie, because I need for them to be like her second crush. And to know that they cast it accordingly is amazing. Plus, she's brilliant.
And what stood out to me is how, without really little effort, you were able to kind of weave in the show's past with the show's present, and bringing in, the picture of George on the wall, and bringing in characters that were in the original, bringing them back, the original apartment, and even your job. I mean, it was kind of seamless. I mean, that's
authentic. It's authentic. The show has definitely kept its heart. And I think that's what's going to resonate with people so much, is that they've kept it real. We've kept it real. That bond between Soleil and I is real, and you will see it on camera. And George had such an impact on Soleil and I growing up that Henry he had to be there. We pay homage to our parents. And why wouldn't we? With both of our parents gone, she's my family. She's the only family I have. If you guys remember, my parents died in a car crash. She was abandoned by her parents. So basically, we're all we got.